So guys, let's start with making of sushi cakes. The first important thing what you need to know when you're doing sushi cake is to how to prepare your sushi rice. This is a common step for even while you're making a rolling sushi, which is a traditional one. Nowadays these cakes are too much in fashion. You would have already heard to my introductory video related to this, how we are going to go about with it. So the first video what I'm doing is how to make a sushi rice. So this is the company what I'm using, that is Japanese Choice Sushi Rice, which is easily available on Amazon. The 1 kg rice costs you approximately 600 rupees or something, and generally you find this method written here, but still I'll be telling you how to do this. So I'll be measuring this approximately 2 cups, that is 250 grams of rice. Also, before I start measuring this rice, I need to tell you some important things about this rice. They are super glutinous, but now when we are making sushi, we don't want too much of starch into the rice because it's going to be over sticky. We are not doing a risotto where we are looking for a very highly glutinous rice. So for this one, you need to wash this rice thoroughly 4 to 5 times in literally tap water. The flow of the water should be really good. Keep on washing. Try to remove the maximum starch out of this. Then you can just soak it for 20 good minutes and then you can prepare this rice. So the first step what I'll be doing is I'm going to measure this rice to 250 grams, that is 2 cups, and the quantity of water what I'll be needing to boil this one is 600 ml, that is 2.5 cups of water. So this is the way how we'll be doing this one. So let's start measuring the rice. So on a weighing scale, I'll be measuring 200 grams, 250 grams, and so this is approximately 250 grams of rice. I'm just going to wash this rice 3 to 4 times and then I'll be soaking it for good 20 minutes. 20 minutes to 30 minutes is enough to soak these rice. So remember, you have to wash them thoroughly in tap water. This is the very important step. So it's almost 20-25 minutes. I had soaked the rice and I've just drained the water. So you can see they're very clean also and they've become a bit soft also. So always remember, when you're doing a risotto, that time you're using risotto. Sometimes a lot of people use sushi rice also. That time we don't wash the rice because risotto needs to be really creamy and sticky and full of starch and glutinous. But when we are doing sushi rice, I've also written it on my PDF. Wash it 4 to 5 times to remove the excess starch and then drain the water. You can always keep it soaked for 20 minutes. And then here I have the 600 ml of water, which is already I have put for boil. Also, you can just mix it together and boil it once. So I'm just adding the rice here. I'll be adding all the rice. This process can be done also in a cooker. So I'm also giving you the recipe if you have the rice cooker and you want to do in that the sushi rice cooker. They are a bit different from your regular rice cookers, but you can use them also. But this is one of the better ways when we are at home and we just make sushis occasionally. So this is a good way. Just keep on stirring because it tends to stick at the bottom of your pan. So once it comes to a boil, I'm just going to cover this and leave it on medium-low flame to cook. And afterwards, once you'll see that, so the entire water will be dried out and your rice will be like that plow what you get. Sticky rice. Just check if it's done or not. Maximum time, if you're soaking it properly, it is done. So remember to keep on stirring so that it doesn't stick in the bottom of your pan. So as you can see, the rice is cooking here and I'm actually stirring it because it's not got a quick boil yet. I will be making the sushi vinegar. You have to always remember this step, that the sushi vinegar has to be at room temperature or cold, like normal vinegar temperature. But when you're pouring it over the rice needs to be extremely hot. So the sooner the rice is done, we are going to pour this vinegar into it. So I'll just show you how to make the sushi vinegar. You get the sushi vinegar. I'm going to be sharing you the brands. This is sushi vinegar from Yoko. It's easily available online. This is 100 ml of sushi vinegar. Try to use caster sugar because you want the sugar to melt into this, to dissolve into this. So if you are using granulated sugar, it is going to take more of your time. So just whisk it here well. That is the reason why I am doing this work simultaneously, because the sugar can dissolve by the time the rice is cooked. We'll be adding some salt. Now, to color the rice, we'll be using some dehydrated beetroot powder. I'll be just showing you how to use those powders. Initially, first we'll be mixing this so that it dissolves well. And on the other hand, you can see there is a boil coming here. I'm just keeping on mixing it. Once you find there is a boil, I'm just going to lower the flame here. Going to do it medium and cover it with a lid for the rice to cook ahead. So you can see this, the sushi vinegar, the castor sugar has dissolved well into this. How to color your rice. Now what am I going to do is I'm just going to divide this vinegar into two randomly. I'm just going to mix it once so that there's no much sugar in one part. Just randomly I'm just dividing it into two. There's no proportion. You can always do like a 50-50. Just going to give it a nice mix. To this, if you want, you can use plain vinegar, only this vinegar, which will be directly white color. Also, if you're looking forward to color, so one part of the vinegar, I'm just going to color with beetroot powder. So you get these Urban Platter dehydrated beetroot powders. I will not recommend to use fresh ones. If you're using gel colors or something like that, if people know the exact taste of sushi, they'll come to know that that's a color. So what generally they do is they buy these dehydrated powders. You get vegetable powders, and always remember, you cannot add it to your sushi. You need to always add it to the liquid here and see the color whatever you're looking forward for. You cannot add this to the sushi. Always it has to be diluted with the vinegar. So I'm just adding a couple of it. I'm just going to give it a nice mix. So this will give me a nice reddish color, if you will see. Also what I can do is, like, just to give it a different look, this is the red color. If you, while pouring, like, you know, if you're looking still for a darker color, so just pour a little, mix it, you will understand the color. You can add more beetroot color here, not directly over the sushi. The powders cannot be used directly over the sushi. This is really important to understand. You cannot directly use anything over the sushi. So mix them here. You can use charcoal powder, you can use whatever powders you like to give colors. So this is one red color what I have formed, and I'm using this Pyranula powders. So again, and these are all healthy powders. You can actually close your eyes and use these powders because they are really healthy. They have some other health benefit. If you will check my smoothie class, I have used all these powders into my smoothies also. So generally you get this spirulina powder, which is blue also in color and sometimes greenish in color. So I have this color which I'm just adding here. It's a bit greenish in color. So I'll be getting a green color sushi out of this. You can always keep alternatively some plain color. The choice is all yours. This is just moving because of the water. So I'm just going to reduce this. And you can see another color here. It's a nice dark green color. So it depends, like, you know, whichever color you want, you can use. So these are the two colors what I'm getting ready. After my sushi rice is done, I'll be pouring these over that. So it's still cooking on low flame, and let's have a check. So you can see it's very sticky. There is still some water, so we'll allow the entire water to be absorbed. Keep stirring because you don't want the rice to stick in the bottom of the pan. And always remember to take something like a heavy base. That will be more helpful. So another 5 minutes and this rice should be done. You have to dry it completely. You cannot use these rice like this. So you can see these rice, they are completely dry after 5 minutes. I'm just giving it a nice stir, and we'll be just switching it off, and I'll be removing off the flame and putting it into a bigger plate or something like that. So I'll just show you that. So I'm just taking a tray like this, plate, whatever you have, and we'll be just removing some because we are supposed to color these rice. So I'm just looking forward to remove some separately. Remember, whenever you are going to mix your liquid, your rice has to be really hot. Okay, so here it is. And I'm just going to pour this beetroot one, beetroot vinegar. Just going to mix it well for a nice color. So as I said, if you're looking forward for more color, you have to add it to the vinegar. So I'll be adding some more to the vinegar. After some time you will realize that this entire liquid is being soaked, because while you are supposed to use this rice, the rice has to be literally very cold. So you have to leave them, and you can keep this rice cling wrapped in the fridge for good 2 to 3 days. Nothing goes bad with it. So as if we all know, whenever we are supposed to do sushi, the rice has to be really cold. So it's okay if you put it back in the fridge also. So we'll just add some more beetroot, and I'm just going to color this. So just added more of the beetroot powder to this concoction and just giving it a nice mix. So you can see it's enhancing. I'm getting a nice beautiful color, and only vinegar you have to add so that it's seasoned well, not more. So if it's left also behind, it's okay, you can use it to another batch. So see, beautiful nice color I've got, and they're seasoned well. So just remember that they have to be seasoned well. That is your main motto. And even a nice color I have got to the rice. So just going to spread it out here so that it cools completely. Even the vinegar is soaked in properly. Yes. Now I'll color the second batch. So we have some more rice here. Just going to remove them here. On the other hand, if you want, you can keep it white. If you want, you can color it. If you're keeping it white, then you don't need to add anything to your vinegar. That is the process. So don't add anything to your vinegars. So this is the second batch. And same way, I'm just going to spread it out a bit. And you remember this spirulina powder which I added, the bit greenish color? I'm just going to give that color to here. And I'm going to give it a nice mix. So I believe I can add more powder because it's very little. Hardly the rice is getting any color. So we're just adding some more powder to the vinegar. So just mixing that powder here for a deeper color. So in this spirulina, you get blue color also, which is very beautiful to look at. So you can always opt for that one. And these all powders are really healthy. If you will go on Google and search about these powders, you'll come to know the benefits of these. And you will want to use it into your daily diet. So there's nothing wrong using them at all. Rather, I'll recommend that use these powders because they are all vegan powders made out of some of the other leaves. And at the same time, they are healthy also. So just giving it a nice mix. Same way. And here, you're seasoning it well. Both the motors will be done completely. Coloring also and seasoning also. So this is the second color which I got. Deeper color. And remember, the rice has to be really hot whenever you're doing all this, then only it will get soaked into your sushi. If your rice is cold, then there is no, faida of doing this. Vinegar has to be added. Vinegar cold, rice hot. Vinegar at room temperature, normal temperature, but rice has to be really hot. So now both the things are done here. What am I going to do is, I'm just going to leave it aside, cling wrap this, leave it aside to cool completely before I start piling them. So after this, I'll show you how to cut some vegetables of sushi also, and let's start making some dipping sauces and also some nice mayo, coleslaw, a lot of stuff which will go inside these sushi cakes.